Every leader has a different kind of protection system, but Muammar Gaddafi went with very unusual tactics for his protection. He formed a group of trained bodyguards including only virgin women, and in this video we'll explore all the details of these powerful women. History of the Revolutionary Nuns. Muammar Gaddafi ruled Libya from 1969 to 2011 until he was assassinated. Initially, Gaddafi had relied on the East German secret services for his protection, with most of his bodyguards hailing from Bulgaria, Germany and Poland. However, in the 1980s, he formed an only female group of bodyguards. An American Navy officer, Joseph T. Stanek, states that Gaddafi made this revolutionary group because he believed it would be difficult for any Arab man to shoot a woman. Gaddafi also believed that women were less likely to rebel and turn against their leader. But some inside information states that the leader himself enjoyed the company of young women. This is one of the reasons that only virgins were hired to become part of these trained bodyguards. The Western media gave them the name Revolutionary Nuns, but in Africa they were known as Harish al-Has. Whenever Gaddafi traveled, at least 15 of these revolutionary nuns accompanied him. The women were also responsible for different household tasks apart from protecting their leader. However, protection was always the main concern. For instance, in 2007, Gaddafi arrived in Paris and he stayed in a cozy Bedouin tent near the Élysée presidential palace. Although he didn't sleep in the tent, it was still heavily protected by his female bodyguards. But when the political climate in the country became unstable and Gaddafi was unsure about his leadership, he suspended the Amazonian nuns. Because of the uncertain circumstances, many of them hid for their own protection. Throughout Gaddafi's tenure, approximately 400 women took on the role of revolutionary nuns. Women in Libya under Muammar Gaddafi's leadership. In 1975, Muammar Gaddafi wrote The Green Book, a short exploration of his political thoughts. Throughout his time in charge, Gaddafi's writings played a big role in Libyan education. Teachers included his books in school lessons, and his quotes decorated many places in the country. One chapter in the Green Book talked about Gaddafi's ideas on the role of women. He said men and women are equal but have natural differences. Gaddafi believed women had the right to work, as long as it didn't affect their looks and matched their abilities, not just what men do. Gaddafi once said, "There must be a world revolution which puts an end to all materialistic conditions, hindering women from performing their natural role in life and driving them to carry out man's duties in order to be equal in rights." Despite what he wrote, Gaddafi strongly supported training women for the military. He thought it protected them from enemies and saw having female bodyguards as a step towards women's freedom. Under Gaddafi, women got more chances in education and jobs. They could go to schools and universities and work in different fields like the police, medicine and engineering. Gaddafi changed many things during his reign. Before his leadership, only 15% of girls attended primary school, and it was the time of King Idris. After he took charge in 1969, he made school compulsory until the age of 9. This move had a positive impact on female literacy, with 48% in primary school by 1990 and 43% in secondary school by 1996. When Gaddafi passed away in 2011, over half of university students were women, showing a big change in education and gender equality during his leadership. Responsibilities and training of the revolutionary nuns. The Revolutionary Guard's main job was ensuring Muammar Gaddafi stayed safe 24/7. Alongside security, they had other tasks like entertaining him, reading parts of the Green Book, and keeping his residence in order. Gaddafi personally chose each member of the revolutionary nuns, setting specific rules. The chosen women were usually around 20 years old, single, beautiful, and had to be virgins. Before their formal training began, they had to promise to stay virgin. After the selection, the chosen candidates promised to protect Gaddafi at any cost, even with their lives. The revolutionary nuns were trained in martial arts and intense firearm courses, mostly at the Women's Police Academy in Tripoli. It wasn't easy for any outsider to get into this military academy. However, according to the collected evidence, the training of these young females would start at 4:30 a.m., starting with a 90-minute exercise, and then take classes on assault and defense strategies. The 3-year training program encompassed every aspect of military skills. Trainees learned hand-to-hand combat, launching rocket-guided grenades, and even piloting aircraft. Their unique uniform included army gear, black heels, a red belt, and a red beret. Unlike regular military rules, they could wear jewelry, red lipstick, and even paint their nails to look special and different from other forces. Revolutionary nuns in action. In 1981, the Revolutionary Nuns made their first international appearance in Syria, when Gaddafi went for a meeting with President Hafez al-Assad. Unfortunately, in 1998, a group of fanatics attacked Gaddafi's car in Dima, Libya. In the chaos, one bodyguard sacrificed her life to save her leader. Aisha, the main security officer of the Revolutionary Nuns, played a crucial role in saving Gaddafi. In November 2006, Gaddafi and about 200 heavily armed bodyguards arrived at Abuja International Airport in Nigeria. They weren't allowed in because of their weapons, and this made Gaddafi furious. There was a clash with airport security, and Gaddafi even thought of walking to the capital. However, this situation was controlled after the intervention of Nigeria's President Olusegun Obasanjo. In June 2009, when Gaddafi visited Italy, he arrived with a big group of about 300 bodyguards, and while he was in Rome, he decided to sleep in a huge Bedouin tent set up in Central Park, making his stay unique and different. Controversies. Many women in the Revolutionary Guards faced abandonment by their husbands and rejection by their families. In 2001, Dr. Siham Segewa, a Libyan psychologist, looked into how the Revolutionary Guards were chosen. Unfortunately, only 8 women were brave enough to come forward for fear of reprisals. The constant threat from fundamentalists, and in some cases even from their own families, made it challenging for many to speak up. Despite the positive image of Muammar Gaddafi supporting women's rights, troubling information came out following his death. Women started accusing him of sexual assault and abuse. Many women said they were forced to join the unit through blackmail or pressured into doing sexual favors to become a part of the revolutionary group. Shockingly, there were even accusations of rape against Gaddafi and some members of his inner circle. Stories about the women in the Revolutionary Guards revealed a darker side of how they were recruited and the mistreatment they suffered. This challenges the idea that Gaddafi was a champion of women's rights. In conclusion, the Revolutionary Nuns, Gaddafi's all-female bodyguards, played a pivotal role in ensuring his constant protection. Despite initial reliance on male bodyguards, the formation of this female group in the 1980s was a revolutionary shift. While Gaddafi's intentions for choosing women were always in discussion, the Revolutionary Nuns became his permanent guard. However, controversies arose, exposing the difficulties for these women, abandonment, and claims of coercion and abuse. These challenges further highlight the darker aspects of recruitment and mistreatment, questioning the common view of Gaddafi's legacy in promoting gender equality. Before you leave, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content on military and special forces. Thanks for watching.